Today I want to talk about something that goes beyond show business. The media lynching of a woman who simply had the courage to shine with her own light. Demet Özdemir is not just an actress, she's a symbol. Her journey began with dance, effort and perseverance. What she achieved, from early bird to love tactics, was not luck but tireless work. She wasn't chosen, she built herself. However, in recent weeks, she's been under constant attack. Criticized for her clothes, her past relationships, surgery rumors. Does that really matter more than her talent? What bothers people isn't her success, but the fact that she achieved it alone. In a country where many still expect women to succeed through a man, that's seen as a threat. But Demet masters something few do, the art of strong silence. While others shout, she speaks through action. While they criticize her red carpet looks, she moves audiences with her scenes. That's something you either have or you don't. The strategy to discredit her is clear. Articles without sources, anonymous statements, empty headlines. But the public is no longer naive. People know the difference between truth and organized envy. Demet represents a generation that won't accept limits. Women who are done asking for permission to dream. She reflects those who say, I can too. Her story isn't measured in numbers, but in impact. And the most beautiful part is that not even hate has dimmed her light. She responds with inspiration, not scandal. That makes her more than a celebrity. It makes her a guide. Demet doesn't just act on screen. She acts upon society. She reminds us that character is also a form of art. That it's possible to be disciplined, elegant and strong while staying human. Yes, today some try to bring her down, but in doing so, they reveal how much her strength bothers them. Because there's nothing more threatening to an unjust system than a woman who doesn't ask permission to shine. Thank you, Demet, for showing us that the path is walked by leaving a mark. This raises the question, what's real and what's just a performance? Is Can Yaman the romantic man we see on screen or the cold, calculating figure his critics describe in Turkey? The truth may lie in the contrast. In Italy, his career is built on image and marketing. In Turkey, they demand talent and sincerity. Without emotional connection or real artistic commitment, media buzz fades quickly. Today, his European fame sustains him. But tomorrow, who will? Muscles age, trends change, but the artist's soul, if it's genuine, endures. I've followed Demet Özdemir's path for a long time, and the more I watch her, the more I realize she chose silence as a form of resistance. While others speculate or attack, she answers with elegance, work, and a disarming calm. In a world where everything is exposed, she built a path that doesn't need scandal to draw attention. We met her through her chemistry with Can Yaman in Daydreamer, but she never used that fame for personal gain. She didn't feed rumors, nor did she react to media provocations. She chose respect, and above all, to move forward. Demet is one of those artists who grow in silence. She doesn't need to shout to show talent. Every project bears her mark, that of a dedicated, risk-taking actress. That matters more than any cover photo. Her success isn't luck or just beauty. Behind it is sacrifice, discipline, and inner strength, even when her personal life was under scrutiny. She never let herself be reduced to Can Yaman's ex. People have called her cold or distant as if protecting herself were a flaw. Demet knows real freedom means living with coherence, not reacting to everything. Despite her reserved nature, she hasn't lost her warmth. With fans in interviews, in small sincere gestures, she remains the woman who smiles with her eyes and listens deeply. That's why it bothers me when she's still compared to Can. They're on separate paths. Demet is more than a past story. She's a complete artist, a woman who doesn't need noise to shine, and proves that true success is built with integrity, step by step. While others cling to nostalgia, she looks ahead. She doesn't deny the past, but chooses to be reborn with grace and maturity. Demet Özdemir doesn't need to justify herself. She's already shown, through her actions, who she is. And she continues to do so. Demet is one of those artists who grow in silence. She doesn't need to shout to prove her talent, nor create scandals to make headlines. On the contrary, every project she does carries her mark, that of an actress who gives her all, who chooses challenging roles, who takes risks. And that, for me, is worth more than 1,000 interviews or photo shoots. Some think her success is just luck or beauty, but those who truly follow her know that behind it lies sacrifice, discipline, and an inner strength that has sustained her even when her private life was scrutinized. Yes, there were hard times, breakups, disappointments, criticisms, but she never strayed from her path. Not even when people tried to reduce her to being Yaman's ex, as if her worth depended on a past relationship. I've read comments accusing her of coldness, of being distant, as if her choice not to be overly exposed was a flaw, but I see it as a sign of emotional intelligence. Demet understood that true freedom isn't answering everything said about you, but living with coherence. While others play with her image, she builds a career that depends on no one but herself. And the most admirable part is that despite this professional focus, she hasn't lost her warmth. Just watch her in interviews, with fans, in small sincere gestures that show she hasn't let fame harden her. She's still the woman who smiles with her eyes, who listens, who cares about details, who keeps an honest relationship with her audience. That's why it bothers me when she's constantly compared to Khan, as if she couldn't exist without him. They are two different paths, two souls that once met and left a mark, but that doesn't define who she is. Demet is much more than a past story. She's a complete artist, a woman who doesn't need noise to shine, and who continues to show that true success is built with integrity, step by step. Today, while some exploit nostalgia, she looks ahead. And that's what I admire most about her, her ability to be reborn without denying the past, her elegance in not answering provocations, her maturity in a world that rewards superficiality. Demet Özdemir doesn't need to justify anything. She has already proven with her actions who she is, and she continues to prove it in every role, every gesture, every silence.